we must challenge social norms, right? We have to challenge these status quos that have been set. Just because society defines something for us doesn't mean that we need to go along with it. You know, my wife and I were having, and you know, my friends as well, we were having this conversation recently, and we were talking about why is it that like certain things that we eat for breakfast, we only see as breakfast food, right? So like eggs, oatmeal, cereal, like all of these things, like usually if like you tell someone like, yo, what you had for dinner last night? Oh, I had eggs and toast. Oh, I had eggs and grits, because that's what we like to eat in the Bahamas. If you tell someone you had eggs and grits for breakfast, for dinner last night, like the first thing they say, oh, are you eating eggs for dinner? Like that's a breakfast meal, right? And it's like, why is it a breakfast meal? Like think about that. Why do we eat eggs for breakfast? Why do we drink cow's milk as often as we do? Why do we do the things that we do with no explanation, just because it's seemed as a norm in society? And it has everything to do with marketing, right? It's what being thrust in our faces, right? These large corporations are just showcasing, hey, this is what we determine should be eaten for breakfast. This is what you should eat for lunch. This is how much you should eat. This is when you should eat it. And it's just all of these things that we've been conditioned from a mental standpoint to grow up and think and believe is true. But I always say, man, we need to challenge these norms. Like if you want to eat a plate of barbecue ribs and rice and coleslaw as your first meal of the day in the morning, do it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Because my view is like, if it works for you, it works. Like just because it doesn't work for me or it doesn't work for someone else doesn't mean that it can't or shouldn't work for you. Like I think we need to challenge all of these social norms. And
I think it's cultural too, because when we travel to South Africa, they have meat.
You know what? You're right, because Africa, they have like meat, beans.
Full breakfast.
They have this noodle thing that they eat for breakfast, tomatoes. So it is cultural.
And even when we went to like Europe, some places had more than just eggs.
But I think for us, like that was weird, right?
Yeah, it was weird.
Because we view it as, you don't eat beans for breakfast. But like, it's because that's what we've been conditioned to eat. And like when you taste it, like it tastes good. And I probably wouldn't eat beans for breakfast on a consistent basis because I don't like it. Just say that. It doesn't have to do with anything being normal or abnormal. It's just, it's not my preference. But I'm not knocking anyone that does it, is what I'm saying. And I think that we need to start challenging all of these things that we've been taught and conditioned to think over the years.